Welcome, true believers. It's I, Shane, and I'm here to give you an episode review. Not much of a recap. I'm doing less and less recaps because you've seen it, I've seen it. Let's just go ahead and just talk about this. Um, yeah, episode 3 of What If. The episode was called, and I have my these notes and paper notes. Give me 1 second. What if the world lost its mightiest heroes? Yeah, boy, the way this was advertised made you look like Loki was taking over. And he does. But before I get to all that, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys spending time with me. And yeah, let's just get right on into this. If I seem pretty sad and somber, I kind of am. This is, without a doubt, out of the 3 episodes already, this is by far the weakest episode. And it's kind of sad because, again, because of the teaser trailer for No Way Home, some people in their reviews have spoiled what one of the episodes or who's going to be in one of the episodes of What If, and they think something's going on with that. Which I already told you, What If connects to Loki, which connects to Multiverse of Madness, which connects to No Way Home, which is more or less Into the Spider Verse uh, movie at this point. But it looks like the episodes are kind of being jumbled up a bit. Only the first 2 were accurate from this quick list I had saw before, so I'm happy about that. I didn't even look any further into what's going on because I want to be surprised just like you. My reviews are more or less, I guess, my genuine reaction without knowing what's going on. This is the worst episode out of the 3. Like, this comes off of the heels of amazing Captain Carter episode and the terrific T'Challa Star Lord episode, and I don't know what to make of it. Now, for those who are uninitiated, yes, there are some spoilers in here, and I'm not going to go through everything, every single piece. I'm just going to give you some key pieces. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Right? It starts off. It starts off with Fury going with Natasha to get Tony. You know the whole scene in Iron Man 2 when he's sitting on the donut eating donuts because he had a fight with Rhodey. I forgot about Rhodey. Trust me, this comes up in my notes. And he's gonna help him out with the lithium thing to get that the thing that he's going through, get that cleared up so he can fix things or figure things out. Ooh, that doesn't happen. He gets killed on the spot, and because it was Agent Romanoff who seemed to be the person that did it. Remember, during this time, Hydra is still within Shield, so Director Pierce is still in charge. So we have to go through the motions. Fury expects Romanoff to escape. He gives her the vial to say, hey, maybe you can look this up and someone can, find someone who can analyze what's going on. And of course she escapes. Now her punches are lightning fast. One of the things they didn't necessarily say in Black Widow movie or even the MCU is that technically in the comics she's a super soldier like Steve. She is not even she's younger than Steve, but she's not that much younger than Steve. Like she was training around in the 1950s as well, 1950s, 1960s. She has a super soldier serum in there, so the fact that her punches and kicks are that fast is pretty funny. Of course, I will address this now. Not everybody's voiced by the original actors. Obviously, Black Widow isn't. If you pay attention to the news, um, what's another one? Betty Ross shows up. She's not voiced by Liv Tyler. The person who plays her almost sounds like her. I love Liv. Liv is amazing as Betty. I hope she shows up if through some fortune or fate that they end up doing something for the Hulk and he gets his own movie. Or heck, with the She-Hulk series that's coming up, hopefully she shows up because I greatly enjoy her. Um, but yeah, not everyone can reprise their roles. We don't get. I don't think we get Robert. No, that's not Robert Downey Jr. I actually took a picture of the cast list and sent it to myself, and I'm pretty 100% sure. No, it is not Tony. Cap doesn't show up in here, and it certainly isn't. It's not Tony. It's not Black Widow. Jamie Alexander is there. Sif Tom Hiddleston is there. Samuel Jackson is there. It's really weird that some people decided to do this and some people didn't. Also, it's not It's not Brie Larson because Captain Marvel shows up at the end of this episode. It's just ridiculous. After Tony dies in the donut place scene, we have this, and the greatest thing about this is that the Watcher tells us. So if you are the people who during the Phase 1 were like, when do all these movies take place? Iron Man 2, The Incredible Hulk, and Thor 1 legitimately all take place same time during the same week. Because this episode goes from Monday to Friday, and it's quite interesting. I knew that they were within close proximity of one another, but yeah, them happening almost simultaneously within the same week, that is crazy. That's fate. One thing I did not mention last episode is you do see the Watcher. You can see the Watcher a little bit closer. In this episode, it was in the desert that we see the Watcher watching Coulson drive. And last episode, we see him right outside of Wakanda's barrier watching little T'Challa to chuck the spear. But yeah, we also get, funny enough, one of the things I did make note of, Natasha does meet up with Betty, which if both of them love Bruce. Eventually, she comes to love Bruce. Sorry for fiddling with my glasses. It's just a smudge. She does come to love Bruce. Natasha does, and it's interesting seeing the two women there talking, and Betty gives her so much attitude because apparently Natasha and the Shield people have already been there to talk to her. She's already been there to talk about Bruce, or she says the big guy, the green guy. Um, Betty is able to show to analyze that. Looked like something broke through the dark. The thing wasn't even injected, and crazy enough, Bruce is already there. We already know he's there hiding in the closet. It's not Edward Norton Bruce Banner. It's Mark Ruffalo. He's doing his own voice. And he looks like Mark Ruffalo and not Edward Norton. And at the same time, we get Mjolnir coming down. Coulson has to get Fury over there. So this time around, Fury is there. And this is so weird, but, Clint is poised. Clint doesn't misfire. He doesn't miss and he doesn't misfire. And somehow Thor is killed with an arrow to the chest, which is really weird. And then Clint ends up dead while he's in the brig. Who else? And we find out that it is everybody that is on Fury's Avengers Initiative list. Which is pretty interesting that he had already decided on having Hawkeye and Black Widow there. I thought they just happened to be there, but apparently he's always thought of them. Yeah, we're trying to find a killer, and one of the funniest things I wrote it in my phone notes. You don't know how obsessed Coulson is with Steve. He's so obsessed with Steve that his password is hashtag Steve Steve Steve. I heart Steve 704. Yeah. Yeah. That's obsession. And Steve was not awakened from the ice at this point. Loki comes down with the Asgardian forces. We see Heimdall, no voice lines. We do see Jaime Alexander Sif because Loki brings out the cold box. I don't remember the exact Norse name, but he brings out this cold box and he threatens to turn the world to ash and ice because Thor was killed. Crazy thing is, we do get Jaime Alexander, like I said. Sif says, well, hold on, Odin will want us to listen. Fury just wants some time. And of course, within that time period, they figure out who it is. Well, Natasha figures out who it is because once she goes into the S.H.I.E.L.D. Database, she's like, how can an agent that's been dead able to access this? Here's another crazy part. We do see Janet Van Dyne's picture with an X on it. That alone was our one hint. And when Natasha's being dragged off into the darkness after getting beaten up, she said, hope is the key. She leaves Fury a voice message. Hope is the answer. Well, first you think it's Hope. It's not Hope Van Dyne. It's Hank Pym. The variant, because each of these episodes, they tell you what the difference is. And this one they didn't, and I was waiting for it. The variant in this issue was that Hope, instead of being recluse and trying to, work things out in the shadows and not trusting S.H.I.E.L.D., she joined S.H.I.E.L.D. like her mother did, and she ended up dying on a mission. And Hank took it personally to the point where He's now insane. He looks like a crazy man. I will say the not the what if, but the what has already happened scene. Very well done art with those stills. Very well done. Anyway, um, he looks like a crazy person, and his suit is not the Ant Man suit. It's the Yellow Jacket suit. So he worked with the villain from Ant Man. I don't remember that guy. I think his name is Pierce too. Big old bald headed guy. He's an actual villain in the comics, but this he's just a wash. I enjoy Ant Man. I do. The villain's just kind of generic. Anyway, he has on the Yellow Jacket suit. Crazy thing is, we get Fury talking to him, asking, "So you killed everybody on the Avengers initiative list. They're not even in Shield. Why'd you kill him?" He's like, "Cause I wanted to make you hurt." Uh-huh. So why'd you kill the Asgardian? Oh, well, you would have, got him to join anyway. So wait, that's the reason why you killed him? Just because he might have joined? They get into a fight, and Fury's doing a bunch of flippy dips and everything. He's like, "Man, you're pretty good for a guy that sits behind a desk." Here's the thing: it's obviously not Fury, especially when Hank is able to shrink in size, and Fury is able to just pinpoint accuracy slap him down. Only someone with who's able to see very well, have quick reflexes, like an Asgardian, would do this, and it's obviously Loki. And we do get a nice speech from Fury saying Hope knew what she was signing up for. Every person that signs up for Shield knows what they're signing up for. And Hank, tells him to honor her, but at this point, it's really mute. I didn't even tell you how I didn't even tell you how Bruce dies. Bruce explodes. Like it's that battle scene. That scene right when Blonsky's supposed to show up as Abomination, and you got Agent Thunderbolt Ross just shooting at Bruce. And of course, before Betty can get there, Natasha moved her, but he starts to swell up and he explodes into green gas. He just explodes. And they show us him killing every last one of the first five Avengers. He threw one of those little discs and made his heart grow. That's I guess he shot himself inside of Bruce when he got shot in the shoulder. That scene was interesting to see with Natasha and Bruce, and same bridge, and it being Mark Ruffalo's voice. I'll give you that much. Yeah, so if Hope dies, Hank just goes off on the deep end. I understand he would be deeply depressed, but this makes no sense. I understand the point of what if is like what if, and everything doesn't have to be happy, happy, joy, joy, but none of this makes sense. Because now in the end, just like Coulson said, one, Coulson doesn't die, but two, the Ventures failed before they even began. Cap is still on ice. And we do get the point where we see Fury contemplating calling Captain Marvel because he's the last person on the list. But he doesn't call her until towards the end because now Loki with the Asgardian forces, he says, "Well, since you did deliver the guy that killed my brother, I'm still going to stay here longer." If you guys remember the really bad Thor movie, the first Thor movie, Loki was already Odin was already in Odin's sleep, and it was up to Thor to make sure nothing bad happened for him to go through his journey and come back. And now the Asgardians have taken over Earth, Midgar. Captain Marvel's back. They got to get Steve out of the ice. There's only a there's like a handful of people whose fates aren't intertwined with the first five. There will be no Yelena Belova. The Red Room will still be around because Natasha didn't get a chance to do it because she got killed by a crazy Hank Pym. I wrote this down here. Thanos is gonna win. Thanos is gonna win. There's no Tony to snap it and reverse everything. Thanos is gonna win. Um, just the only the Spider Man won't be as he won't have as much confidence because Tony instilled that confidence because he had no father figure, right? So he won't have as much confidence. Now we will have Doctor Strange. Um, we won't have Ant Man because Doctor Pym is cuckoo and he's in jail. And if you remember Ant Man and the Wasp, the second movie, Janet was able to see what was going on while she was in the microverse and the quantum verse, and she's gonna be highly disappointed that Hank went off on the deep end. I mean, I guess T'Challa would still be Black Panther, but that's the thing. T'Chaka, how's T'Chaka gonna die? The Hydra's still around. Uh, there won't be a Tony that'll be on his side. There won't be a Black Widow that's gonna be on his side. There won't be a lesson for him to learn. And at first I thought that all of this was going to be the same universe because Kevin Feige likes to make things simple. I thought about that based on some people spoiling some other appearances, but that's not necessarily the case. I don't think it is right now. Some of these are like one-off stories, like hey, this universe and this universe. So that's fine and dandy. But we still got Doctor Strange. I guess we can have Winter Soldier, but Hydra is still inside of Shield, so there's no Natasha to help. You know, Barton's family. There's no Kate Bishop. There's no Clinton Barton, right? I There will be no She-Hulk because there is no Bruce Banner now. He's dead. A guy that can't die is dead. Which I would love there to be a continuation for this crap, and they make these makeshift Avengers with Coulson, Fury, Cap Marvel, Cap America, and I guess some random guy. And then all of a sudden, Bruce congeals back together because like, you thought you could kill me. Now you got to deal with a rampaging crazy Hulk. But yeah, I mean, just Thor, him being unhinged like that is so out of character. It was just so off-putting. Like I was on the edge of my seat going, man, all these people are dying. You didn't even keep one person alive, and that's just, I'm not even counting Steve. You didn't keep one person alive, and it's just so awkward. I would have. You could have kept Natasha alive. It would have made more sense or something. But just to be like, I'm gonna kill these random people. I can see him killing Natasha and Clint because they're close to Fury. Then he killed Tony. Alright, fine. You hated his dad. Thor? Dr. Banner? Dr. Banner did nothing to you. Eh. What else did I just didn't feel creative at all. And I usually don't like nitpicky things. I do like suspending my disbelief. If Barton got killed by him, at the same time he helped, because the way he got Barton to kill Thor was just he flicked his fingers and let go of the arrow. So if he was there doing that, how did he have enough time to find Natasha? He would have had to, like, how would you be able to find her? I guess you just looked for Bruce and you figured, okay, fine, whatever. I don't even, what else do I have here? What are my other notes? Yeah. Oh, I do find one thing funny. This is not a first-hand experience, but I was told that people that enjoy DC's dark and grittiness where anybody can die, they didn't enjoy this. They complain about Marvel not being dark, but they're like, oh no, you stay over there and we'll do the dark. No, don't do that. This is what happens when you get your dark, grim Marvel stuff that doesn't make sense and stuff that's dumb. It's dumb. This episode was dumb. So if you wanted your darkness, here's your darkness. Do you like it? Oh, you don't? Stop complaining. Stop it. This episode is a 2 out of 5. Why do I give it a 2 instead of a 1? You gotta see more Nick Fury. I mean, if they decide to make 1 or 2 more episodes based on this crap and see how you beat Loki, then the next obvious thing would be to fight Thanos or somebody. Then yeah, it gets a 2 because I can see it going up, but it probably won't go up. Just gonna run. Just want to keep running through this. Yeah, no, I told you about all of this crap. Yeah. So yeah, 2 out of 5. And if I think about it any longer, I'm gonna give it a 1. We don't give zeros over here because it took a long time for someone to beautifully animate. It's well done. You know, that's where the 2 comes from. It is well drawn. But please tell me what you thought of this episode. down in the comment section. Nope, that's not the comment section. That's the comment section. Down there in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this episode. This episode was so horrible. I know we're all waiting on Zombie Spider-Man. You better explain the zombie outbreak so well. It better not be from quantum spores. I can't believe y'all did Hank like that. Y'all did Hank like that? Word? I'm a fan of Hank Pym in the comics. Not the women beating, but I like him in the comics, and I like Ant-Man. So, uh, y'all did Hank like that? Spider-Man Zombie Hunter better make sense. The rest of these episodes better make sense. Please give me a like. I already asked you for a comment. I'm dead serious. Please give me a comment. I gotta know what you think of this. If you hit me with a comment, hit me with a subscribe, please. Notification bell, which is right over there, let you know whenever I do these videos. I try to get them out in a timely manner. Remember to share the video, because sharing is caring. As always, thank you for showing up. I deeply appreciate you. Be good, be blessed. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Please don't be a jerk like Hank Pym was in this episode. I waited a week for this. That's the bad part. I waited a week for this. A week for this. How you do, my boy? Hawkeye like that too. Just Excelsior. I'll see you next time.